or be dad, not coach. Now, if you're the coach of the team, that's different. However, you still got to remember you're still dad. So don't do the pre-game analysis and everything. Just let the kid have fun. Man, Little League's about fun. You got plenty of time once you get to high school to take this seriously. Because when you get to high school, now we're looking at free education, going on to college, maybe go to the league. Now remember, just in NBA alone, 400 guys will get to play. 400. How many kids played last year? Yeah, do the math. Just look that up on the internet. Hey, welcome to What's Your Problem, man? Hey, I'm Scott Farrell, your host. Great topic today. One I've been waiting to do for a while, and one a lot of women have asked me to do. It's Glory Day Dads. Oh, you know that guy that's always yelling at his kid or overzealous about being a coach or watching film 24/7 or forgetting that the kids are 8 and then wanting them to go pro and talking about them being in the league, and you know that guy. And the guy that tells all the stories about how great he was when he played. Yeah, you know that guy. No, don't be that guy, but I'm getting ready to go over why you don't want to be that guy. It's a problem. All right, so I made a list. I brought my trusty list with me today. Here's how I did the show today. I went and asked women, wives especially, what is it about that guy that tweaks you? What is it that just irritates the ever-living stuffing out of you? Why do you not like the guy? Why do other dudes not like the guy either? So today is a sum total of what they told me. All right, so number one, and this got this from women. Number one reason a guy will be that guy, the guy who tries to live through his kid's stardom. He's living through the kid to overcome his own failures. How many times, it's the Al Bundy syndrome, right? If you ever saw Married with Children. Al Bundy was the guy in high school, but he's never progressed past high school. And I know a lot of those guys. I mean, I used to be a high school coach, and I got to know several college coaches and pro coaches and got to go, they would mentor me. It was a great relationship. And you get to see that guy, that guy that still has his jersey at home, or maybe all of his plaques are still on the wall, and he's still mad because he didn't get to go to college and play ball, or he got to go, but he got hurt. And now he's trying to force his kid to do something. You got to offer a scholarship. Why don't you go? And man, if I was you hear a lot of, if I was you, or they're still telling stories about high school. Man, I can barely remember high school. I don't talk about high school at all. I mean, I stay in touch with maybe 3 people I knew back then. I love them. They're still some of my best friends. But do I sit and talk about high school? Never. I talk about college sometimes, but it's just not important anymore. So, but you'll see these guys at the ball fields, and they're regaling people with the stories of stardom. When they ran the drive, oh man, you should have remembered this. Man, I'm 16. I got my girlfriend. She's a cheerleader. We're marching down the field. Let me ask you a question. How much does that matter now? It's like the show Friday Night Lights. You get to see the dark side of being a high school coach, and I lived it. Is it all bad? No. I mean, you get to be with some great kids, and they turn into be great adults, and you get to live, you talk to them still. But are parents a problem? Oh, yeah. I was the parent that was the opposite. Our youngest, played Little League and some football. I would take my chair and I would sit as far away from the other parents as possible and then put headphones in. I never talked to any parents. I was already a high school coach, didn't need to deal with it, and I didn't cheer. I still don't cheer at ball games. My thought is, if my kid's playing, it's about him. Let him have fun. Isn't kids' athletics about fun, about learning the sport, getting active, or did I do all these things for the wrong reason? I'm just saying. All right. Number 2 thing they talk about was overanalyzing every single thing at a little league game or kid community ball, football, basketball, lacrosse, down here soccer, gymnastics, whatever you're swimming, and they analyze and scrutinize every single thing their kid did. Again, they're 8. They're 8. Who cares? Hey man, a year ago they were chasing butterflies around the field. They didn't even care about the ball game. They wanted snack, and they wanted to chase butterflies or whatever it was. So why are we analyzing 8-year-olds? Who cares? Why are we analyzing 11-year-olds? The last thing you want to do is get in the car. We had a thing with our child. I would say yes or no. and I was a high school coach, and I'd say, do you want feedback or you just want to go eat? He's never asked for feedback. Okay, he's in his 20s now. He just goes, I would say yes or no, he'd go no. All right, where do you want to eat? That's the end of it. We never discussed the game again. It was dead. It was done. Why? It's going to be, I'll tell you in a minute, I don't want to spoil it, but over analysis. The next one. The next one's the one I almost did a boo-boo and told you ahead of time. A lot of people have no self-esteem. So they try to live through their kid to build their self-esteem. And whatever the kid does is an evaluation of them, and they feel better or worse about themselves because of what their kid did on the field. Now that's pathetic. So how do you fix that? You need to get to know Jesus and get a purpose, plan, direction, and get on with your life. That's what you need to do. That's the pastor in me talking. But if your self-esteem is based on what your kid does and does not do on a ball field, you're in for a long life, man, because it ain't going to work. And this one came from ladies, and they would talk to me, they look at their husbands and go, why is he doing this? And I tell them why he's doing it. He doesn't know who he is, where he's going. He's been programmed. And remember, we're born for success, programmed to fail, and then we'll adapt whatever people say about us. So if you're the guy that self-esteem relies on how good your kid is, I would do a deep evaluation of who you are and then just change, because if you continue that, your kid's going to hate you. Your kid's going to not want to play anymore and hate you. We recently did a poll, and the average age of stoppage of sports is now 13. Why? The kids hate the sport because of the parents. Just keep that in mind. All right, next thing. They pre-plan game strategy at home, and they're not the coach. So this is the guy. He's not the coach of the team, but he's laid out all the stuff on the bed. So pads, whatever sport it is. Let's say it's football. Helmet, pads, everything. They've laid it out, color coordinated it. Got to look good. And then they go through the game strategy. All right, here's what we're going to do. Well, last time I looked, you're not the coach. I always told my kid, don't look at me, look at your coach. And I was very blessed. Our youngest baseball coach had his jersey retired at his college. This guy, Coach Brian, I'll never forget this guy, a lovely human being. I cried when he didn't get to play for him anymore. That's how great this guy was. But he had his jersey retired because he was so good at baseball. Don't look at me. I didn't play baseball much. I'm a basketball guy. I said, so don't ever look at me during the game. Look at your coach, man. You got the best guy that you could ever ask for a question for baseball right in front of you. The problem is we've got that overanalyzed dad. Got to get the glory. Got to get it. And he's standing behind the dugout and he's coaching. He's yelling, hey, man, don't listen to that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, for our team, and we had some fathers like that, you couldn't say that because, again, our coach had his jersey retired in baseball. I think he's got this. Your job is to be parent or be dad, not coach. Now, if you're the coach of the team, that's different. However, you still got to remember you're still dad. So don't do the pre-game analysis and everything. Just let the kid have fun. Man, Little League's about fun. You got plenty of time once you get to high school to take this seriously. Because when you get to high school, now we're looking at free education, going on to college, maybe go to the league. Now remember, just in NBA alone, 400 guys will get to play. 400. How many kids played last year? Yeah, do the math. Just look that up on the internet. Next thing. They like to do the filming and the broadcast. Now, what am I talking about? Social media. You go to the basketball game and you film the whole thing and then you provide commentary. Like it's the greatest thing in the world to see 10-year-old girls play basketball. Really? Does anybody really want to watch this? I mean, I cringe when people want me to go to community games. I have grandkids. I go see them play. But I go for more the amusement of watching the parents, because if you're 10 and you're playing ball, go have some fun. Now, you got to learn the basics. You got to learn the skills. And you want to win, but I don't put a lot of emphasis on winning at 10. Fundamentals, because my goal is to get you ready for junior high and high school. And if you want to play in college, that's great. But it's not life or death. So I know you want to be a mini Howard Cosell, do the game, do the big game, Monday Night Football. But they're kids. Here's an idea. Put the camera down. I don't know why you're showing every pedophile on the planet that what your kid looks like and how to find them and where you're going to be and what they look like. Put the camera down, talk to your wife, and be quiet. Just watch your kid having fun. How's that? Next thing. Replay the game at home. All right, so it's not enough that you did the broadcast. It's not enough that you did the pregame strategy session. It's not enough that you stood behind the cage and yelled stuff at them while they're playing baseball. Oh no, that's not enough. Now you get home and you replay the game again. Why can you replay the game? You videoed the whole thing and provided commentary. And then you were talking junk about the coach and the parent sitting over here and the kid who's not any good, and now it's all on film. So now we can go back and replay. Why? That's always been my question. Why? You're not a coach on the team. Let the coach handle that. And if you don't like the coach, I mean, we got a lot of coaches in community ball that don't know what they're doing. Take your kids somewhere else and let them play. Or if that's the case, go coach the team. I mean, if you were a D1 athlete or played college ball or pro ball, sometimes you don't have any choice. My brother played NAIA baseball. My brother got drafted by his community association to be the president and one of the coaches. All he wanted to do was be dad. But because my brother was a great baseball player, he had to go coach because he had played at a high level of baseball. So sometimes you have to. But I tell people all the time, call me. This is how you'll know if I ever want to coach a little league team or whatever. Call me after every person on the planet has died. And if every guy on the planet's dead, you can call me. Does that tell you how little I want to come back and coach? Yeah, okay. So don't do the analyzation at home. Here's one of my pet peeves also. You base the love of your child on how they perform on the field or in the classroom or how they perform. Last time I looked, Jesus went to the cross for me because he loved me. There were no qualifications other than loving me. I love my children because they're my children. And we've adopted numerous kids. I love them because of who they are. Now, one of my daughters has trouble understanding that I just love her. Because she thinks she's got to earn it because she's had to earn it before with other people. And I go, no, I got up loving you today. I'm not going to love you any less. I'm just going to get on your back if you do something stupid. See, my love for you is apart from the stupid you did, because I still love you, I just got to correct you because I'm your dad. Same thing here. I know a lot of kids, and I played with guys, and I've watched parents in high school. If the kid doesn't play well, they don't love them. And then what's that turn into? It turns into a workaholic kid as they become an adult because they feel like they have to earn love. They continuously have to work. They continuously have to perform. They're constantly on the hamster wheel. I was with a group last night, and this was one of the things I had talked to them about, a group of parents. And I asked them, I said, how many of y'all had to earn love as children? Every single hand went up. All right, so if we had to earn love, me being in, getting closer to 60, then I'm going to teach my kids that they have to earn love too. Okay, so we got to stop that. That's not how love works. Love's free, especially from the Lord. All right, so no more basing love for your child on performance. All right. We relive failures of ourselves, dads, and then we relive our kids' failures. Okay, that's never healthy. So every week, let's say you play on Saturday, it's football. You relive your failures in the car. Don't do like me. Don't do this. You got to perform. Hey man, you're 9. You're ready for the league. Well, no. And then on the way home, you relive that person's failures. Let's say you have a little boy. He did something wrong in a game. When they're 9, they do. That's why they're there. When you get to high school, it's going to matter. At 9, it doesn't. And they do something wrong. All right, well, let's just sit down and show them how to do it right. Is that so hard? Even when a high school coach, I didn't get mad at you for doing something wrong. I got you mad at you for not caring about doing it wrong and not caring about hurting your teammates. If you mess up in a game, hey man, just come over here. I'll X and O it out for you. Put you back in the game. That's no problem. Now, if it's something I've told you 25 times and we worked on in practice, I got a problem with that. But your kid, again, you're not the coach, man. You're trying to get validation through your kid, and because your kid made a mistake, you feel bad about who you are. And now when you get home, this is the problem with this. You get home, start yelling at your wife and the other kids and the cat and the dog. The cat probably gets kicked. Then you don't talk to anybody for a few hours because your kid's an embarrassment because he made a mistake. Really? Now, I know it's not you I'm talking to. I know it's somebody you know, right? It's always somebody else we know. And a Glory Days dad also sees everybody else as the problem. The reason they didn't get the scholarship, the reason they got hurt, the reason they couldn't fulfill their own dreams. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so this is probably the last thing I'm going to cover, but it's the worst. All right, so if you think the ones I've just gone over were bad, wait till I get to this one. A lot of people, especially guys, this seems to be a guy thing, because I know a lot of girls that played in the league, in the WNBA or pro softball. I don't see them living through their kids because, I mean, the salaries in WNBA are not great. Olympics probably pay a whole lot better. So, but the dads are trying to get their shot at the glory, the stardom. I think of Waterboy when Adam Sandler just got married, and he's going out to get on his lawnmower with his bride, and his father shows up, Roberto. And Roberto wants a shot at the glory, some of the stardom. And then Adam Sandler's, Kathy Bates, great actors, cold cocks him, knocks him out. And then Bobby goes on to his honeymoon. Same thing here. Why are you trying to get a little taste of the glory, as Nacho Libre would say, or a taste of stardom, or living through your kid? And I watch the Final Four, or I'll watch the College World Series. College World Series is not as bad because, man, to make it in baseball, there's so many hoops you've got to jump through. Good grief. That's a tough sport like golf. I mean, another tough sport where you got to do your time, man. It's a grind. In basketball, you get a lot more exposure. Football, same thing. So you start high school, you go to college, you kind of get to the league or multiple leagues around the world. I see a lot of parents wanting it for themselves, not for their kid. And you see it play out. You see it on signing day. I still am not a favor of televising signing day. I'm not. Watching the kid do the hat stuff. I got 5. Who's going to be lucky enough to get my talent? I've never liked that. Because remember, when you get, especially D1, let's say you go to Alabama, there's 5 guys there equally as good as you in your position. I always tell kids that all the time. Remember, when you get to college, these guys are good. And then if you make it to the league, these guys are good. You got to always remember that. So, but trying to get a little taste of the glory through your kid is pathetic. And I see a lot of parents waiting to cash that check. It's not your check, it's your kid's check. Now, you probably did sacrifice a lot and all. That's cool. I always told our child, I said, whatever you earn's not mine. Okay? Whatever you earn is based on your blood, sweat, and tears and your prayer and what you decided and your desire and your hard work and you staying up and you not eating and you sacrificing. It's not based on what I did or what I want. It's based on what you want. I've seen a lot of kids' athletic careers ruined by a glory day dad. And the thing is, even after the kids graduate from high school and they're not in sports at all and they're in their late 20s, early 30s, you still have that guy talking about what could have been. Still talking about their own what could have been. Hey, man, when I was in high school, dude, you're like 75 now. That doesn't matter. Or you're 30. High school's gone, man. It's not coming back. And they wonder what could have been. Well, can you survive in a woulda, coulda, shoulda world? No, man. That's not going to. You always got to stop looking in your rearview mirror and look out the windshield, right? Can't drive like that. Now, I rode through Miami with a guy like that one time. I don't recommend it, and he's doing like 115. That was no fun. He wanted to show me what his Maserati would do. Next time, I'll just take a cab. But that's a whole nother story. So don't be that guy. So I'm going to wrap this up now. So if your friend, not you, of course, if your friend's got any of these tendencies, you got to tell them to lighten up, man, because I've seen marriages end. I've seen kids hate their parents. I really hate their dad for this, resent them, not want to play college ball, not want them to come to games. Don't start so you don't have to stop, right? So once your kid graduates from high school and stops athletics, stop talking about it. It's over. To tell you how distant I am, our youngest did not know that I'd won countless awards and stuff as a coach. I don't talk about it. Nothing hangs up. My thing is it's in the past. I don't have anything hanging on my wall, none of my degrees, nothing. All I have is photos of my wife and the kids, and that's it. Because to me, that's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. So the greatest thing that happened to me is my family. And we have a whole wall of just our kids. All right, to me, that's what's important. All right. So as we wrap this up, I want to give you a chance to go ahead and be part of our show. Now, if you've got a problem, or if your friend's got a problem, or you've heard of a problem that somebody might have, drop me a line. Let me know. So send me an email, problem@wyppodcast.com. Let me do that again. My wife says I got the southern twang, and I say wyppodcast.com. What's your problem? Got that? All right. Also, you can pick up tips and resources from the website, wyppodcast.com. Now, also, please subscribe. Hey, man, subscribe. You know you like this. You know you're getting valuable information from this. We like hanging out, right? So subscribe and share. I do a lot of heavy topics with this show. And why do I do them? Because people bring me problems. I own a coaching company. People bring me problems that are really difficult, and they need to know that there's help and that somebody can help them with their problem. So that's what you got to do. You send me something and let me know. So share all the heavy topics. This is probably a heavy topic for somebody. Chances are you know somebody that needs this topic, right? So go ahead and share it with that guy. Now, if you're sharing this podcast with one of your buddies, be ready for him to try to punch you in the face next time he sees you. Because Glory Days dad never sees himself as that guy. You're the one with the problem, not him. So keep that in mind. Sometimes it's better if a wife does that. All right. So if you have a problem, share it. Now, make sure you subscribe. That's great too. But remember, if you've got a problem and you don't want to share it with anybody, chances are if you've got an issue, a whole bunch of other people. I used to be a high school teacher. Out of 30 kids and 35 in the classroom, 25 had the same question. So go ahead and drop me a line at problem@wyppodcast.com. I'm going to say W, not W. I don't let the southern twang get in there. All right. So conclusion on what's your problem. Thanks for joining me on this episode. Hopefully it was helpful. Not for you, of course, because the problem's not you. It's your friend. And I'll see you next time. Take care.